What's up, YouTube? I got another video. I actually got another 2 RC cars. I traded my plane for these. I don't think the plane ever made it on YouTube, but I got a nitro plane I restored, and I traded it for. So let me just get you in here, and I'll show you what I traded it for. So I got a couple pictures here of before of what this is. Here's the before. So that is a Thunder Tigre Testarossa. And well, I've got it apart, cleaning it. I only took out the things that really needed to come out. Of course, the motor, it's been locked up for years. This is a 92, I believe. This came out in 92. It's got all the paperwork with it, build sheet. So I'm pretty excited to get this thing going. Really excited. It's rear-wheel drive. But I cannot find parts anymore, so I got some silicone epoxy, and we're going to make our own. I need to make a new control arm, a new I guess control arm mount, really, and you can't mirror this one because it's got to be symmetrical. So you gotta rotate it, and so flip it. The control arm you just flip, so you can do the control arms. This guy is mirrored, so you can't use one side for the other. So this has got to come off. And when I make the mold, to make sure I extend this piece out, so because that's all that broke off was the ear. So if I can get this ear to be, there when I make a mold, which is pretty simple, I'll be able to pour some epoxy. So I'm using epoxy resin for the control arm and the bulkhead. That's what these are, bulkheads. Anyway, so it's not the best to use epoxy, but it's definitely affordable, easy, and this car's not going to be like freaking ran into a curb, at least I hope. And if it is, I'll have the mold, so I'll just make them again. And what else needs? Oh yeah, the hub. This is going to be the hardest thing to mold, I think, is the hub here. So it's obviously can just be mirrored like the other one, I believe. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys here with looking at it myself. I think I am wrong. I think this exact one has to be molded, so that might be problematic. As long as I capture that piece right there that is missing on this, I'm good to go. So this is definitely going to be a project, and I wanted YouTube to see it because that whole process is going to be crazy. I for some reason can't keep the camera up. Every time it's like this, and I'm trying to show you over here what's happening. So here's the body. Body's in like perfect condition after I drop it. So I'm not sure who painted it years ago, but I'm not a fan of it. I guess it's how it looks originally. That's how the car comes. Or it's called for you to do that. So anyway, let's set up some time lapses, and I got the motor out here. So I gotta clean that, take it all apart, make sure everything moves well. Make sure the crankcase isn't all buggered up, and you know the process. All right, so engine's in there, decomposing. This guy's all apart, the carburetor. Thankfully, this time I actually have a sheet that tells me basically how to tune this thing. I mean, everything, so, which is pretty freaking awesome. Usually don't have that with old cars. And the build the explosive view of the carburetor, which is somewhere in here, but I just had it. I don't. Is it this? It is this, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Well, somewhat explosive. Nope, not explosive at all. Just says that comes off. So, oh well. Explosive view of the engine. That's pretty cool. This was a bear to get back together. It just blew up into a million pieces, and I had to wrap it up. Oh, it was just so fun. I spent about an hour doing that. It was great. So didn't miss that. Oh wow, it even shows the washers and everything that I am not missing. That gasket I usually just replace with RTV because that happens. So not the best idea, but I mean, what else am I gonna do? I could make that out of some paper gasket, but I'm not that crafty, especially with something that small. I probably could order it too, but wait a minute, hang on. Anyway, you see where I'm at with this thing. Yeah, I could order it. Look at that. And 0139. I'll see if that's, it's something universal. Alrighty. Well, I'll get you back on a time lapse when everything is cleaned. I'll show the video of, time lapse of me cleaning everything. Let's get to that, huh? I got the engine back together. This thing's starter isn't the greatest, but it definitely rotates and it's not gonna break. It's just weak. This thing's really hard to spool up, so I didn't really do it. What's interesting is this has got an exhaust valve too. So when you go wide open throttle, the exhaust valve is wide open, then it's closed with this. Not all the way, but enough to do whatever it's doing. So this is gonna go back in. And I'm ready to put the fuel tank. Let's just get this thing squared away, huh? Fortunately, I don't have anybody that 3D scans, and I don't know how to 3D scan, like 3D print and scan. So, I'm stuck with this, which isn't the worst. It's just not the cleanest, and that's what kind of bothers me the most. But we're kind of at a halting point with this, so the video, well, you won't even know this is gonna be seamless. But I'm gonna jump into the next car I got out of this deal. That one's been sitting in the box still. Let me show you where I'm at with the Ferrari though before I skip to the next clip. So the wheels are drying right now, but I got the motor to actually run the other day, and basically everything from the front back is good to go. Ran out of the fuel tank, everything did good. The transmission ran the rear wheels, and yeah, so really all I'm waiting on is the front to be rebuilt. All right, so I was able to make these molds. Check this one out. That's a lower control arm. It's actually curing right now as a epoxy. That's actually not a bubble, that's a friggin' lump. It's curing really well, actually. But nonetheless, it's curing. That is a clear epoxy. So it's gonna come out just like this. These ones I had to redo because I did them wrong completely from the start. I think this one's rotating, I gotta move that. But these are coming out perfect. I'm blown away by these. And I had to extend, I just put hot glue and just kept, you know, making beads of hot glue to extend the arms so that when the epoxy settles, it has that hole so that I can drill it through it, and that's where your control arm mounts to. These are, but they are missing because dude snapped them off. So after these are done, I can pull them out and then do the same thing I did here. It should capture everything. I'm not really worried about the bottom half. As long as it's a block, I can just drill through and then, you know, sand and make sure it's perfect. This one is the hardest one to capture because it's the hub. But this is actually this is gonna capture it. This one was hard to figure out. But because of the way it's oriented on the bottom of that, it kind of wants to rotate, but I got it settled. I think it's rotating a little bit though. You know, I'll touch it and then mess it up, just watch. There we go, that's better. But I think these molds are gonna work out great. The pools are kind of big. This is like a detergent cup, and this is a freaking top of a spray can. And which I think it has a hole in the bottom, so that's great. Yeah, it's getting all over my table. Okay, I gotta do something about that. But this is how I'm getting my parts, because I don't have a 3D printer. I don't have anybody that can 3D print or scan, so this is my next best, cheapest option. Guys, I gotta show you this because this is just nuts. This just came out. This is insane. I mean, this is just nuts. So this is all one piece. It's still gonna dry. It's a little flexible, which it's not supposed to be flexible, but that's because it's not fully dry, but it's dry enough to take out of the mold. This is cracked. This is not, you know, obviously it's cracked right there, so it's very brittle. But once this is fully dry, I can shape it. And I wanted to get a video of me taking the bulkheads out of this because it's pretty freaking cool. And I'll be able to compare them after we're done. So let me set you guys up here. And hopefully I can get the video. Yeah, I'll be able to. So, give me a sec. It's pretty, this stuff doesn't tear very easily. It's very tear resistant is what it says. The box really says tear resistant. So the silicone kind of just peels right off of the epoxy. But these molds are kind of temperamental, the ones I did, because they are there's a lot of thin spots. So you gotta kind of slowly peel it back. And it's a big freaking chunk. So like that I don't even need, that's just unused casting, but it's there. So this one's actually the hardest one for sure. Oh, here we go, it's coming. That is freaking, oh my gosh. This is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I should have done this sooner in my RC world, RC time. I'm scared to tear this because I want to keep it. I don't want to have to make another one. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That is freaking nuts. That's freaking crazy, man. It's even got the indentations for the nuts. I mean, you just can't beat that. So it's actually in one mold. I gotta snap that there. Look at that. That's crazy. I mean, what? Now this isn't the same side, so it's not gonna be identical, but like, what is even that? And obviously I have that blob there, so, and that's all one piece, so I can just shape this with the Dremel and then drill a hole through it and it'll be strong. So that was the whole point, is to have one big monoblock. And yeah, I definitely nailed that. Thank you, Lord. Because dang, bro, that, I mean, it's irreplaceable, really. So, and I have the mold, so, oh my gosh, it breaks. I just throw it back in, I throw another mold in, you know what I mean? So let's get the other one out and compare it to its exact one. It's absolutely insane. Oh no. Sorry. I'm really going slow because I'm trying not to tear this. It says it's tear resistant, but I don't want to test how much resistant that is. Yep, the mold is still good. It's got 2 holes over here, but that was to begin with. And here it is. There's the second one. That's insane. That's absolutely freaking crazy. It's got a couple bubbles in it, but I'm not worried about that. This is a bulkhead. It's not going to see much pressure or anything. Alright guys, I just had to show you that part. So, that is insane. It's been a couple days of this. But I have my parts. And we're good to go. Well guys, here it is. Looks like the caster's a little out actually. Like way out. This is way back. I'm just not, oh I see it there. Well, alright, I'll have to adjust that later. That's weird. But it's back together. That caster is horrible. What the flip? That's so weird. But anyway, these are the parts that I made out of the epoxy. And well, they're I don't know. We'll see how they hold up to bashing. I'm not sure why that's sent back so far. Other than this bulkhead being an issue. Or maybe the, I think the mount is actually deeper than this one. Not sure how that's possible though, but could be the issue. Anyway, I'll have to figure out the caster and mess with the mounts. Only problem is this one will have to be recasted. That is super thin and probably won't hold. But yeah, it's definitely the lower control arm, or the mount here is pushing the wheel back further. it's over here rather than up, so that's okay. That's an easy fix. But here's the Thunder Tigre complete, and you saw this whole front end was gone. It was missing, and we were able to bring it right around and make our own parts. So let's throw the body on and get a final look. There we have it, the Thunder Tigre Testarossa Ferrari. Actually it doesn't seem that bad, but for some reason I think it's the shocks. The shocks are not good, so I got to replace them with longer shocks. That's why it's sitting so low. And these wheels stick out per the model. I mean, that's just how it looks. I mean, it's not appealing in any way, but I mean, it's complete. So that's it. That's the Ferrari Testarossa Thunder Tigre. Pretty neat, I guess.